Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how to memorize characters faster and easier. In this video, I'm going to share with you some very basic but very useful strategies and approaches which might help you to memorize Chinese characters faster and easier. After this video, you are going to memorize 10,000 characters in 1 minute. No, I'm kidding. Memorizing characters still is a long process which requires your time and great effort. But hopefully, you will find memorizing Chinese characters much easier. First, why are we talking about memorizing characters? Mostly, a lot of students are so troubled and frustrated by the spelling tests. We have spelling tests once a week or once every 2 weeks. So this video is typically useful for those students who find spelling tests challenging. Alright, let's start. First, booklet. In your booklet, you can find all the words and the phrases in the vocabulary list. For example, as you can see here, 新词汇, new words. All the words and phrases in your spelling tests are selected from the vocabulary lists on your booklet. Like here, you can see 喜欢, on top of it, you can see the pinyin 喜欢. Then definitely you know how to pronounce, how to say it. And then here you have the translation, English translation, like, 喜欢 like. 会, the pinyin is here, it means can. So same here, as you can see, all the Chinese are here, characters, and the pinyin here, and also the English here. So you know how to say it, 汉语 for these two characters, and the meaning is Mandarin or Chinese. Here is another example. This probably is for advanced learners because there's no English here, students are supposed to fill in the English, and you might ask, where can you find English? I'm gonna explain later. This is also a picture from your booklet. Number 2, Quizlet. Quizlet is very important. It's a very useful tool for language learning. There are Quizlets for every unit. So students know the pronunciation and the meaning. For example, here, as you can see, if you log into the Quizlet, you might find me, Mr. Jack Lee, and in this unit is called Grade 7 Weather. It talks about weather. As you can see, I already set up a class which is called a Grade 7. So all the students in my Grade 7 are already added in this group, and there are 60 terms in this set of learning. They are all vocabularies and the sentences about weather. When you go into that set of learning, you can see Chinese characters over here and English over here. If you click this button, you will hear very clearly the pronunciation of both by native speakers. Up here, there are these modules to help you to practice at home. For example, flashcards, learn, spell, test, match, gravity, and life. All these are very, very important and useful tools for students to practice at home. After practice, they should be able to pronounce the words or sentences and be able to recognize them. The third strategy is about e-stroke. If you log into this website, you will find a website which helps you with the stroke orders. You can search any word in the website and you know the right order of the strokes, which helps your writing. Let's take this for example. In this word, it will show you one by one the strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally 5. It shows you the order of the strokes and also shows you how you're gonna write it. Either is up to bottom, left to right, turn left, or turn right. It's very clear and very useful. The fourth strategy is decode the structure. This is very important because by writing any character as a whole is very difficult. Every character has its own inner structure. If we can decode the structure, we can definitely understand the structure well and memorize it much easier. Let's take this for example. The first word, this word, the pronunciation and the English meaning, you can find them by the previous strategies. Now I'm going to decode its structure for you. See? For this one, how can we divide it? How can we decode it? Can you have a guess? Yes, exactly. This is up and down, up and down. So basically, it has two parts, upper one and the bottom one. Now, let's look at the second word. The second word. It looks like this, right? So by memorizing the whole one is a little bit difficult. But how can we divide it into smaller parts so it is easier for us to memorize? Can you try? Yes, definitely you have already got it. Like this. So, the structure of this character is left and right. Left and right. Alright, let's try the third one. The third one. As for the stroke orders, you can definitely find it in the previous strategies. You know the stroke orders. So here, what's the inner structure of this character? Yes, you got it. It's like this. It's made up by three parts. So this inner structure is left, middle, and right. Left, middle, and right. So every time you just memorize one part of it, every time you just try to memorize one part, and you construct them together, then it is much easier and more efficient than memorizing the whole character. The fifth one, radicals. This is a very powerful strategy. If you know how to use radicals, it will make your memorizing much faster. So, first, what are radicals? These are radicals. Radicals are some words of specific meaning. They have a specific meaning. And radicals are used to make up a lot of words, which means all the words made up by the same radical have similar meanings. Let's look at an example here. So, could you please take a look at all these words? Do you find something similar, something even same in each word? Yes, you got it. You have this, right? You have this. This is a very common radical. In each of the words here, you see this similar radical. What does this mean? What does this mean? All right. Actually, this means water. Water. It is very helpful. It reminds you that all these words are related to water. For example, this one, Hai, it means sea. It means sea. This one, it means river. It means river. And this one is jiang. It also means river. This one is yang. Yang, it means ocean. Ocean. Now, can I please leave this to you? What does this mean? Its pronunciation is hu. What is this? You might get it. It means lake. Lake. So sea, river, ocean, lake, they are all related to water. So in this way, you can memorize characters faster because they have the same radicals and they share the similar meanings. Next strategy is repeat copying. Repeat copying is one strategy, and I know it's very boring. You repeat again and again and again. You write it again and again and again. I know it's boring, but don't forget, practice makes perfect. Those very good basketball players, they shoot 10,000 times every day. 10,000 times every day. So it is important for you to repeat copying them. It will definitely help you memorize how to write it. Well, next strategy is no more than 7 in a time. What does it mean? It means, according to scientific research and statistics, people cannot remember or memorize 7 things in a time. For very advanced learners, very advanced learners, they can remember 7 plus 2. 7 plus 2 in a time. However, for less advanced learners, they might only be able to remember 7 minus 2, which is 5. 5 things in a time. So, do not try too much at a time, because that is too much, too overloaded. You try to memorize 7 or at most 9 things in a time, and you try to memorize the rest in another time. Our next strategy is no more than 20 minutes a time. Do not push yourself to try to remember the characters for more than 20 minutes. It's very important. 3 20-minute periods are much better than one 60-minute period, because after 20 minutes your brain will be very overloaded and it will get tired, and your learning efficiency will definitely decrease. So try your best to memorize as much as you can in 20 minutes. Then take a 5-minute break. You can go to have a glass of water. You can check your math homework, do whatever, but not Chinese. And then after 5 minutes, come back. Let's do it again. Let's start memorizing characters. And then in that way, your brain will definitely work much more efficient. Our 9th strategy is LCWCC. Actually, it means look, cover, write, check, and correct. Let me show you an example how to do this. For example, let's memorize this word. So first, let's take a look. Let's take a look what is on top of it and what is at the bottom of it. Let's look and then let's cover it. Wow, you can actually do it very simply by cover it with a piece of paper. Now next, let's try to write it. I'm not sure whether it's right or wrong. And then let's remove it and check. Oh yes, they are the same. They are the same. I'm right, correct. If you're wrong, you correct it. So in this way, you practice by yourself, word by word. Well, next one is WERC, which means write, erase, rewrite, and check. This is also a very effective tool. Let me demonstrate for you. First, let's start write a word. Yes, it is. And then let's erase it. Let's erase it. Erase part of it. Erase part of it. You can simply erase with your eraser. Alright. So now let's try to rewrite. Can we please rewrite it? Let me try. I guess it should be like this. It should be like this. Yes. See? So in this way, we erase part of a word and try to rewrite. Number 11, story of characters. Well, this is a little bit complex. Let's take first this character, for example. Sun. Sun, what does it mean? Actually, for every character, there is a story behind it. There is a story behind every Chinese character. For example, this one. When you look at this one, what does it look like? What might be the story behind it? Let me draw you a picture. What's this? Yes, it's a tree. It's a tree. Actually, this means tree. This means tree. So now here you see three trees. Three trees. One on top, the other at the bottom. Three trees, what does it mean? Forest. Yes, exactly. This word means forest. Okay, now let's try this one. This character. What does it mean? Yes. First, let me draw you a picture again. You see a wood. You see a wood, a tree, a plant, a plant. And what does this look like? Yes, a hand with three fingers. A hand with three fingers. Why would you put your hand, why would you put three fingers on a plant, on a wood, on a plant? Why? Yes, you want to pick up something. You want to pick up an apple from an apple tree. So this word means pick up. Pick up, 采. Next, let's try this word. This word. Let's try to make a story. Let's try to figure out the story behind this word. Here, this is mouth. Mouth. This is sun. Sun. It's a very big sunny day. And there is a person. There is a person. The person is under the sun. And what does he feel? He finds himself a shelter. He hides himself under the shelter, under the sun. And he's very tired. He's sitting on a sofa like this. And there's a big mouse over there. So let's guess the meaning. What is the meaning of this word according to the story I made just now? Yes, this word is pronounced her. It means drink, drink. Under the sun is very hot, and the person sitting down under a shelter sit on a sofa or something, and there is a big mouth. He needs to drink water. So this word means drink, drink. Well, at last, let's try this word. This word, 葱. What does this mean? What is the story behind this word? First, this is means ear, ear. It means your ear, right? Do they look like each other? Yes, ear. And this two, what is this two? As you can see, what is this two? Yes, exactly. This is eyes, eyes. And this, okay, we talked about it just now. It means mouth. It means mouth, mouth. And the last part, heart. This is the heart. So we have ear and eyes and your mouth and your heart. So when you're using all your ears to listen, when you are using all your eyes to look, when you are using your mouth to ask questions, when you are using your heart, you are determined what will happen. Yes, you get smart. You become smart. So this word means smart. Smart is when you use all your ears, eyes, mouth, and your heart. You get smart. So this word means smart. That is the story behind these characters. For the story of characters, I strongly suggest you to visit YouTube. You can search simply Story of Chinese Characters. Search Story of Chinese Characters. And then probably the first thing you will get is this, the Story of Chinese Character. There are altogether 190 videos. Each video, it tells about one story of one character. It is very, very helpful. Our next strategy is, of course, mock test at home. My first suggestion is you can ask a person in your family to help you. Either it's your father or your brother. It does not matter if they can speak Chinese or not, because all they need to do is read Chinese pinyin. Let's take an example for you. For example, here, HAO, how, everyone can read it, how. They don't even have to know the meaning of how, but they still can help you. Well, my second suggestion is that you do it by yourself. With the help of a computer or iPhone, you can easily record your voice. Let's say you read all the words or sentences in the spelling. You read them one by one, and then later you listen to your own voice and write down the characters. This is also very efficient. It's not only practice your writing, but also practice your listening and speaking. Well, we are almost near the end of the video. I have to say that memorizing Chinese characters is not easy, but practice makes perfect. With all your effort, all your time, and all those strategies and approaches I shared with you, I definitely believe that you will find the process much easier. Yes, you can.